In today's video, I'm gonna put even more famous brands through Google Translate, but 700 times, and recreate whatever cursed result I get. This will be by far the most bizarre part of this series. I start with one of the most iconic drinks ever, Mountain Dew. They went under a major redesign of their soda lineup this year, and they've also introduced a new flavor, the Dragon Fruit, which will be the flavor we work on today. So without further ado, I'll type the full name here, set the translation factor to 700 and hit translate. Hate crime. I swear this series is getting out of hand. Next, the flavor Dragon Fruit and hoarseness. What kind of flavor is that? Anyways, let's create the new hate crime, hoarseness, Mountain Dew, Google knockout. First, we need to work on the no logo. I'll place the Mountain Dew logo here to copy from. I couldn't find a similar font to use in our case, so maybe I'll take the words from the Dew logo, reform them closer to original glory form, something like that. Then I'll start making the word hate using those letters. There's no letter H, so I'll create a custom one using the letter M, and so forth for the remaining letters. I'll do the same thing for the word crime. Next, I'll try to give the new logo the same perspective transformation like the original Mountain Dew logo. Perfect. Also, I'll give it a few layered colored outlines and I'll drop shadow for that 3D illusion, and maybe the established date as the cherry in top. I'll place this piece of art on this empty soda can, but I'll make hate crime more vibrant. I wanted to appeal to every age group. Next, I'll make the top part white and start scattering some colored shapes all over the place just like in the original. This will be hoarseness flavor, but I couldn't find any snacks with hoarseness flavor to take inspiration from. Fortunately, I found out that citrus fruits can cause hoarseness. That are no flavor, citrus. Let's go back to our can of hate crime. I draw a human throat-like shape on the bottom part. Then I'll take this water from the cherry flavor and place it here. Maybe I'll give the throat some finer details, some highlights, some shadows. Great. Next, I'll cut a citron fruit and place some slices on the water. Maybe I'll mask out some parts so they appear like they're floating on the water. Finally, I'll type the flavor name here. Give it some effect and replace the letter O with a throat icon I made earlier, just like what Mountain Dew does with their flavor logos. And with this citron text underneath, the new hate crime hoarseness flavored Mountain Dew Google knockoff is ready. This will give hoarseness to stores because of that brand name, even before reaching the customer's throat. Next poor victim is Takis rolled tortilla chips. They have their own heat scale levels for each flavor, ranging from zero heat non-spice all the way on the heat scale spectrum to extreme. The spiciest Takis flavors, like this Fuego one, which happens to be the flavor we'll assault today. So let's translate the name, put 700 and cousin. Oh, eating cousin doesn't feel right for some reason. Now the flavor, Fuego, and birthday. Oh, fair enough.
Seriously? Yeah.
Let's create the birthday flavor for our new cousin chips. First thing first, we need the new logo. I found the font Takis uses for their brand. I'll type cousin here. I'll skew it a little bit and start modifying the letters to make it as close to the original as possible. I'll also replace the I dot with this word thing from Takis logo, and with some finer tweaks we got this. I'll move it to a fresh chips bag I prepared earlier, and I'll start applying effect after effect to give it the same look as the original logo, but I remove some from this swirly thing. I'll give the background the same Takis signature purple color. Now I found this fire tire from some protest style. I'll drag it to a new logo, wrap it a little, and I'll place more fires for some diversity. And the new cousin logo is done now. Each Takis flavor is represented with a spice tornado and some rolled tortilla chips. We need the same for our cousin chips, but this will be birthday flavor, so maybe we can create our own birthday cake tornado for that. I'll take this one from the intense nacho version, place it in our bag, then I'll take this perfect piece of cake and drag it under the cheese tornado and mask out some parts to merge the two together. I want this cheese to be some white cream like a trail of the cake, so I'll change its color to white. I also want this to look like a typical birthday cake, so I'll change the sponge color to a yellowish tone. Spread some more cake sponge sponge pieces all over the cream tornado. And of course, not to forget to add some sprinkles. More sprinkles. Great. I'll make some sprinkles in shadow for some realism. Now we need the actual cousin birthday rolled chips. And I think these two are just imperfectly perfect. I'll wash away their colors, spread some sprinkles on top, give them some highlights and of course some shadows. I'll also hide some parts that will be covered by the cousin cream to mix everything very well. Now I'll paint a triangular dark shape at the center for some variation. Finally, I'll add the birthday flavor text here too. And with the 0 hit level scale here, the product type with the info text at the bottom. Your cousin birthday Takis knockoff is ready to be eaten. This mic is banned by some countries, I swear. The third brand that might suit me for this is Snickers. They've got few options when it comes to their candy bar flavors, but the one we'll bully for this video is the milk chocolate flavor. As a foreigner, I've always wondered why a snack company would name their chocolate bar Snickers. Then I realized I was spelling the name wrong. Anyways, let's put 700 and smash translate. Stir up. Oh my god. This may be the end of Snickers production line. Next, the flavor. And, well, right, what the hell is that? After some research, I found that well can actually mean few things. But I think milk is the most suitable one for a milk light flavor. So let's create this cereal milk Snickers bar off brand. Before anything, I found this candy wrapper that's perfect for our cereal milk bar. I'll type the name here and move it a little to this side. I'll recolor it to blue and give it the same white highlight as the Snickers logo. I'll also paint the background with distinct Snickers brown color. By the way, the original logo has those two outlines, so I recreate a white and red outline for our cereal logo too. Now we need the actual milk light milk bar. My idea is to make a fully white milk flavored Snickers like bar. So I found this white chocolate piece here. I place it in the new packaging. I want this bar ingredients to be all milk based, so a white milk cream and milk nougat base. Nice. Finally, I place the flavor name here. Give us a brown background. Then I drag a calories count on this side and I wrap this up with the required legal text at the bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our final line of Milk Light cereal milk bar. This looks too neat to be honest. I like it. Bon appetit. Last but not least, we've got Froot Loops cereal. And the flavor we work on is the discontinued tropical one. That's why it has all packaging. So let's put the name on Google Translate, type 700 and pay for points. Imagine buying a cereal box with this name for your kid. That would be hella shady. Next, the flavor tropical and cold symptoms. This turned into a rather medical video. Anyway, let's create the play for points cold symptoms cereal. First, I'll make this box mock-up background a cold blue. I'll place the name here with a similar font to the Froot Loops logo so I can trace over it. Because I lose the existing letters from the original logo and place them over. For the remaining letters, I'll take them from the tracing font. The original logo has those colored round cereal pieces for the O letters. We need the same for our new logo. I have a better idea. I'll create number-shaped cereal instead of typical donut-shaped one. So I'll take this green piece here and reshape it to number 7. Why? Because I'll use it as the letter L in the new logo. And so forth for the remaining letters. This needs some minor adjustments. Good. I'll give the whole thing an outline and I'll fill those gaps with the same red color. One word left is for, and this empty space here is the perfect place for it. Next, I'll type the bizarre Google flavor name here and I'll add a Spanish translation too, just like the original. Now we need a mascot. I'll use Toucan Sam from the Froot Loops brand, but not this old one. No, this horrendous redesigned version.
Oh my god.
But the latest one that I really dig. Our whoppers a little into position. I wanna make him as suspicious as possible. So I take this t-shirt from his old self and I try to make it fit his new body, something like this. I'll do the same process to the other shirt hat. Then I take all the colors away and make it into a shady blue color. I'll decorate it by placing some random numbers all over the shirt. This brand will be all about numbers. I'll finish the outfit with this golden tie. Let's give our new character some shadows. Maybe this monocle glasses will make him more questionable. Perfect. Now it's time for some play for points cereal. We need a bowl for that. I'll change it blending mode. And I start placing our new play for points cereal pieces here, which will be number shaped cereal from number 1 to 9 and of course number 0 too. This called symptoms version will have a special one, an influenza virus shaped piece. I'll continue placing more random play for points pieces to fill our bowl. And we need some milk. So I'll raise a white fluid liquid here. Then I'll make some parts overlap the cereal pieces like that. And with some required legal text all over the play for points cereal packaging box, we are done. This empty space here bothers me so much. So maybe I'll make something similar to Froot Loops. I'll create a mini game for the kids to play here. I'll place this slot machine here, clean it a little, and I drag a number 7 piece, recolor it and give it a drop shadow. I'll place 2 more. The idea is to get all the 3 different colored number 7 pieces to win some prizes. And with the head of no play for points called Samsung cereal is prepared and ready to sell. I have a feeling this would crush the sales numbers if it was real. So which translated brand is your favorite and what should I make next? Thanks for watching. See you later.